There's a lot going on in the healthcare industry today, a lot of regulation, a lot of marketplace pressure. I think there's 4 trends out of the many things happening that we'll highlight today, that drive, focus on customer experience. There's a large shift towards consumerism happening in the industry. Along with consumerism comes a great focus on need for transparency. There are lots of new entrants in the marketplace. The government exchange programs have opened up coverage to more lives than ever before, and there's lots of efforts to bend the cost curve. The industry recognizes that the cost trends in the industry are unsustainable, and the industry is working a lot collaboratively with itself to correct that problem. On the payer side of the industry, there's a large focus on large commercial accounts. The insurance companies traditionally sold directly to employers, and most people who had insurance coverage had it from their employer. Today in the payer community, there's an increasing focus on individual markets. So whether that's companies selling direct to consumers or companies selling through the exchanges that are now available, you see payers interacting direct with the end consumer a lot more often. On the flip side, in the provider community, you hear the phrase patient-centered medicine a lot more often today. A provider in the past may have been focused on generating services and running patients through the specialized practice areas that they focused on, and today you see more focus on wellness and preventative medicine and a large focus on the total care needed by an individual consumer as opposed to a population that they're running through a stack of services. I think the consumerism factor takes us into this direction of transparency as people get more aware of the choice that they have available to them, whether that's the provider they're selecting or the service that they might need or the cost implications to them. The greater there is consumer focus in the industry, the greater the need is for people to have a better understanding of the choices that they have available to them to make. A lot of folks will say that the healthcare industry is a long way behind other product and service companies where there's a plethora of information available to help people make choices. In healthcare, traditionally that information hasn't been as available. As more consumers enter the marketplace, the industry is focusing on helping make that information available so people can make choices. With the advent of the Affordable Care Act and the public exchanges that launched in 2014, I think we've seen a large uptick in individual market customers who both have insurance coverage, right? So covered individuals in the industry is larger than it has been before, and as well then the traditional path into the provider community, the number of patients available to the providers to serve is greater than it's been before as well. We're using round numbers of consumer price indexes, roughly hovering around 2% every year. The normal inflation on, normal goods is a controlled amount. In healthcare, that number might be more like 9%. Right? So as the industry looks at the rising costs of medical care every year, everybody recognizes that cost growth is unsustainable. There's strong desire inside the industry to solve that problem themselves, right? The industry has lots of solutions on offer, there's lots of programs being piloted, and you see lots of efforts of payers and providers collaborating with each other to lower the annual increase in inflation. I'm not sure we'll ever see it come directly to the normal consumer price index, but certainly the industry is focused on lowering the growth and cost in the healthcare ecosystem.